Breaking overnight, one person is dead after a small plane crashed in Tatnall County. It happened around 6 last night near Hencart Road and Watermelon Creek Church Road. Officials have identified the victim as Tony Zorn of Lyons. Multiple agencies, including Tatnall County Fire Rescue, EMS, and the Sheriff's Office responded to the scene. The investigation is now in the hands of the Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board. Of course, we'll continue to update you as we learn more.
Some new developments now out of Effingham County as officials there confirmed an inmate has died after being found unresponsive at the county jail. The Sheriff's Office says 44-year-old Jason McLean of Guyton was found in his cell Tuesday afternoon. McLean was taken to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Court records show he was in custody following a conviction for aggravated assault, aggravated battery, and possession of a knife during the commission of a felony. Officials say the case is now under investigation by a use of force task force.
Following up, we are learning more about the man killed in an officer-involved shooting in Savannah Tuesday. Court and jail records show 35-year-old Nicholas Oxendine had a criminal history that spanned more than a decade in the Chatham County area, including prior arrests and convictions dating back to 2008. Documents also reveal multiple periods of incarceration over the years, as well as a recent warrant related to probation violations prior to Tuesday's shooting. Now, that shooting happened in Savannah's Starland district. According to investigators, officers stopped to question Oxendine near Victory Drive on Bull Street after he was reportedly loitering near a closed business. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation says Oxendine then attacked one officer during the encounter and tried to attack a second officer before he was shot. Both officers were hospitalized with minor injuries and have since been released.
A second person has now been arrested in connection to a brutal beating caught on camera in Savannah's City Market. Tanya Phillips has been arrested and charged with battery in connection to that case. The arrest comes after another man was arrested last week. Investigators say the people seen in the videos are believed to be part of the same group, and additional warrants could still be issued. One man was previously arrested and charged with aggravated assault and battery. Officials say others in the video are still being identified, and their roles in the attacks are still under investigation.
3 minutes after 6 o'clock, it is Thursday morning. We are taking a live look right now as the sun's coming up over Tybee Island from our Savannah cam. Storm Team 3 meteorologist Alyssa Carsley is in the Weather Center with our weather on the threes. Good morning, Alyssa.
Hey, good morning, Kim. As you're heading out and about for our Thursday, it's just a seasonably hot, typical day here in the South with your sunglasses, the sunscreen, and of course making sure you stay hydrated throughout our Thursday, and that will be on a repeat as we head into the sizzling weekend. Now, we're still tracking a somewhat northerly wind for areas just to north of I-16, back into the mid-60s at 65 degrees in Sylvania, a very comfortable temperature to 74 degrees in Savannah and 76 degrees for that current temperature in Richmond Hill. As we head throughout the day, find some way to stay cool as we are looking at those temperatures quickly increasing into the upper 80s by lunchtime, and then we find our high temperatures right at average for this time of year at 92 degrees here in Savannah and 92 also in Pembroke. But well south of I-16, Baxley, Alma, we do begin to see temperatures back into the mid 90s, around 95 degrees and just up to 93 degrees in Alma. And we'll continue with this sizzling heat as we head into the weekend as well. So coming up in just around 10 minutes, we'll time out those rain showers of 1 or 2 showers we could see later on today, and of course talk about the heat for the weekend.
Alyssa, thank you. Happening now, 3 popular Georgia beaches, including parts of Tybee Island, have been flagged for elevated levels of fecal bacteria.
The findings come from the state's latest water quality report, which identifies more than a dozen miles of coastline as not meeting recreational water standards. Officials say the beaches remain open, but they're urging visitors to pay attention to water quality advisories.
WSAV's Genevieve Lund is live out there on Tybee with more for you. Genevieve, good morning.
Good morning. Georgia beaches draw millions of people each year, and here on Tybee Island, it's one of the biggest draws for tourists and locals alike. However, recent state testing has shown an increased level of bacteria found in beaches, including some right here, which is causing officials to advise beachgoers to take caution before entering the water. Georgia's Environmental Protection Division has identified portions of Tybee Island, Jekyll Island, and St. Simon's Island as impaired due to high levels of a specific bacteria found in intestinal tracts of humans and animals. On Tybee, the impacted areas include the beach near Polk Street on the north end and a section of the beach near the pier between 11th and 18th Streets. Officials say the presence of the bacteria can indicate a contamination from sources such as stormwater runoff, animal waste, septic systems, or wastewater discharges. The beach is not closed, but people should avoid the affected areas while additional monitoring continues. Now, state officials have not yet determined the exact source of the contamination. The findings trigger a process required under the Clean Water Act to develop pollution reduction plans for the impacted waters. Now, we'll have a list on our website of which specific beaches and where is currently being advised. And officials say there's still plenty of parts of the beaches here that are still great for recreation. Just make sure to go to Georgia's EPD, water quality reports before you choose to enter the water here. Reporting out here on Tybee Island, Genevieve Lund, back to you guys.
Thank you, Genevieve. Developing now, the Savannah-Chatham County School Board has approved its fiscal year 2027 budget after a weeks-long delay while district leaders waited for updated revenue numbers. Now officials say they're facing a $28 million gap between expected revenue and planned spending. Superintendent Dr. Denise Watts says this budget is one of the most challenging she's seen since being superintendent. On Wednesday night, during a special meeting, school board members approved the 2027 fiscal year budget of nearly $705 million. This vote was supposed to come earlier this month, but officials were waiting for a tax digest to determine how much revenue is expected from local property tax.
Anticipated and projected that we would receive about 5% growth. That number comes in at more like 3%. And so the gap or the revenue shortfall that we are experiencing right now is about $28 million.
Most of the cost drivers in the budget is the competitive pay they offer their employees as well as their health and retirement plans. The school board will hold a millage rate hearing on July 8th.
Meanwhile, a new charter school will open its doors this fall here in Savannah. It's for students who may need more support than a traditional institution can provide. REACH is intended for high school students who require a different schooling experience. For example, kids with educational challenges in the past, those with mental health needs, or even those who may be breadwinners for their families. Teachers will meet in a few weeks to prepare for the school year, which begins August 3rd. We do have information on how to register at WSAV.com.
Students in Savannah State University's Upward Bound program are moving on after a special commencement ceremony yesterday. Upward Bound is a pre-college initiative for first-generation students that prepares them for higher education. For the 6th year, I presented 2 deserving graduates with my Village Scholarship Awards. This year's recipients are Samaya McNabb and Jaden Ellison. Organizers say the initiative helps students transition into college seamlessly. Director Bobby Roberts says thanks to Upward Bound, which is now celebrating its 60th anniversary, they will have students enrolled at Savannah State, Georgia Southern, and institutions across the country. Congratulations to the class of 2026. And
the final collection event for our 4th annual Schools Out Summer Food Drive campaign is happening today, beginning on News 3 today at 11. We'll be at the Food Lion store on East Durant Avenue collecting those non-perishable food items to ensure local children have access to nutritious meals until the new school year begins. We have a list of the items we need the most on our website at WSAV.com/food drive.